Now we are going to see master slave JK flip flop. So in master slave JK flip flop, we are having two flip flops. One is master and another one is slave. The master flip flop is JK flip flop and the slave flip flop is SR flip flop. The output of the master flip flop is Y. We are taking it as Y, and the output of the entire circuit, that is nothing but Q. Okay. So we are giving clock directly to the master, and we are inverting that clock and we are giving to the slave. So when clock is 1, master is enabled and slave is disabled. When clock is 0, master is disabled and slave is enabled. Okay. So this is the circuit diagram of master slave JK flip flop. Okay. When J is equal to 1 and K is equal to 0, and when clock is 1, the output of your master flip flop will be 1. And when during the negative, when C is equal to 0, this slave will be enabled, and this Y will be, Y means the 1, that 1 will be coming as output of the circuit, that is Q. The value of Q will be 1. Similarly, when J is equal to 1 and K is equal to 1, the output will toggle. So if you are having 0 here, then it will become 1, and if you are having 1, it will become 0, and the slave will copies the master. Okay, when J and K are 1. So this is master slave JK flip flop. This master slave JK flip flop is mainly implemented to overcome the disadvantage of ordinary JK flip flop, that is nothing but race around condition. So we'll see the explanation. So the master slave flip flop consists of two flip flop. One is master and another one is slave, and we are having an inverter. This inverter is used to invert the clock signal. Next, master is a JK flip flop and slave is a SR flip flop. When clock pulse is 1, master is enabled and slave is disabled. Similarly, when clock pulse is 0, master is disabled and slave is enabled. When J is equal to 1 and K is equal to 0, and when clock pulse is 1, output of the master flip flop Y is 1. And when clock is 0, the output Y becomes the input to slave, and the output of the entire circuit is 1. So when J is 1 and K is 0 and clock pulse is 1, the output of the master is 1, and when clock is 0, this output of master Y will become the input to the slave, and the entire output of the circuit is 1. Similarly, when J is 0 and K is 1, and when clock pulse is 1, the output of the master Y is 0, and when the clock is 0, the output Y becomes the input to slave, and the output of the entire circuit is 0. When J and K are both 1, and when clock pulse is 1, the output of the master toggles, and the slave copies the action of master when clock is 0. Okay, so when J and K are 1, the output of the master will toggles, and depending upon the output, the slave will work. Now this is a uh, truth table of master slave JK flip flop. Here first one clock pulse, next one present state, next first one clock pulse, next one present state, then J and K inputs, then Y and Q of n plus 1. First we are taking, so it is having clock pulse, present state, inputs J and K, output of the master and output of the circuit. Okay, so now first we are considering positive clock pulse or positive edge or leading edge, and we are considering present state as 0 and J and K as 0. So for a JK flip flop, if present state is 0 and J and K are 0, whatever you are having present state, that will be the next state. So during the positive clock edge, Q of n plus is nothing but the output of slave. The slave will be disabled, so there is no change. So next, during negative clock pulse, during the negative or negative edge, so we are considering the same Q of n as 0, J0 and K0. During negative edge, your slave master is disabled. So whatever you are having at the output of the master in the positive clock pulse, it will be copied by the slave. So that 0 will be getting as the output. Similarly, for next positive edge, we are considering Q as 0 and J as 0 and K as 1. If J is 0 and K is 1, whatever you are having in the present state, next state will be 0. So during positive clock edge, slave will be disabled. So we are putting it as no change. Next, during negative clock edge, just taking the same condition Q, N0, J0 and K1. So during the negative clock edge, your master will be disabled, and whatever you are having in the output of the master in the previous clock edge, it will be copied by the slave. Okay. Now we are taking the next positive edge. We are taking J present state as 0, J1 and K0. So if J is 1 and K is 0, whatever you are having in the present state, next state is 1. So slave will be disabled during positive edge. So you are having no change. So during negative edge, your master will be disabled. Whatever you are having in the master during the previous clock edge, it will be copied by your slave. So next, during next positive edge, you are taking Q0, J1 and K1. So if your present state is 0, then it will be 1 when your J and K are 1. So during the next negative edge, whatever you are having in that master in the previous, so next negative edge, whatever you are having in the output of the positive in the previous clock pulse, it is copied by the slave. So during next positive edge, you are taking Q and 1, J and K as 0. So if J and K are 0, whatever you are having in the present state, you will be having in the next state. Slave will be disabled during positive edge. During negative edge, whatever you are having in the master in the previous, it will be copied. Similarly, during next positive edge, you are taking 0, 1, J0 and K1. If J is 0 and K is 1, whatever you are having in the present state, next state will be 0. That is will be copied in the by the slave in the next. Okay. During the next positive, you are taking J1 and K0. So if J1 and K0, whatever you are having in the present state, next state will be 1. So during the next negative edge, that value will be copied and the slave master will be disabled during that negative edge. Similarly, 1, 1. So 1, 1, if you are having 1 in the present state, you will be having 0 in the next state. That 0 will be copied by the slave in the next negative edge. And during the next negative edge, your master will be disabled. So next we are coming for the timing waveforms, input output waveforms. So this is the input output waveforms. Now during the first clock edge, this is the first clock edge, the value of J is 1 and K is 0. If J is 1 and K is 0, whatever you are having in the present state, your next state will be 1. So up to next next positive edge. So this is the next positive edge. This is the next positive edge. Up to next positive edge, your value is 1. So at the next positive edge, the value of J is 1. Again, the value of J is 1 and K is 0. So it will, up to next positive edge, the value will be 1. At the next positive edge, the value of J is 0 and K is 1. If J is 0 and K is 1, whatever you are having the present state, next state will be 0 up to next clock, next positive edge. At the next positive edge, value of J is 0 and K is 1. Similarly, so the output will be 0 up to next. At next positive edge, the value of J and K are 1. But Previously the output is 0, so it is toggled to 1. So up to next positive edge it is 1. So at the next positive edge the value of j and k is 1. So previously its value is 1, so it is toggling to 0. So this is the output of master. Okay. So q bar y bar is nothing but the inversion of y. Okay. Now slave. Slave will be enabled only during the negative clock pulse. This is the negative clock pulse. So during the first negative clock and negative edge, the value of y is 1. So up to next negative edge, its value is 1. Again at the next negative edge, its value is 1. So up to next negative edge, the same 1 is the output. So at the next negative edge, the value of y is 0. So the value of the output q is 0 till next negative edge. At the next negative edge, the value of y is 0. So again, up to next negative edge, the output is maintained 0. At the next negative edge, the value of y is 1. So again, the output q will become 1 to next negative. This is nothing but the timing, how to draw the timing diagram. You can take the y and j and k by your own, not whichever you like. Okay, you draw the waveform of your wish, and according to that inputs you write you draw the diagrams for y and q. Okay, this is nothing but the input and output waveforms of master and slave JK flip-flops. Today we are going to see the flip-flop conversions. So it is the topic of the second unit. Okay, so first one, we want to convert JK flip-flop to D flip-flop. So what type of flip-flop we have to convert? We have to convert JK to D flip-flop. So first what we have to do is JK to D. So first we have to write the truth table of D flip-flop. So this is the truth table. So first we have to write the truth table of D flip-flop. So it is having one input to D, present state and next state. We know that D is having only one input and the present state may be 0 or 1. So for 0 we are taking 0 and 1. Similarly it is having 1 input as 1. So the present state may be 0 and 1. In D flip-flop, the next state depends upon the D input and not the present state. So you have to just copy the D input into the next state. Okay. Now we have completed. Now we are converting JK to D flip-flop. So we have to write the flip-flop input as J and K. The inputs of JK flip-flop, J and K we have to write. Then by using the excitation table of JK flip-flop. So this is the excitation table of JK flip-flop. For 0, 0, J is 0, K is X. And for 0, 1, J is 1, X is, K is X. For 1, 0, J is X and K is 1. For 1, 1, J is X and X, K is 0. Okay. Now, we are checking the present and next state. 0, 0, 0, X. 1, 0, X, 1. 1 0 1 1 x 1 1 x 0. So by using the excitation table of JK flip-flop, you are filling this column J and K. Okay. Then by excluding this next state, we are considering the input and the present state. So we are having two variables. So these are the inputs. The input and present state we are considering as the inputs. Then here you are having two flip-flops. That is, one is J and another one is K. So you have to draw two variable K map, one for J and another one for K. And the input variables are D and Qn. So you have to check the for the K map of J, you have to check the column of J, and wherever you are having X and 1, you have to plot in the K map and you have to group. Similarly for K, you have to check the column of K, and wherever you are having X and 1, for the corresponding input you have to plot 1 and X and you have to group. Okay. So So this is the K map for J. So we have plotted the 1 and X. So we have grouped this this 1 and this don't care, and we are getting the expression as J is equal to D. Now we are drawing the K map for K. We have plotted and we are writing the expression K is equal to D bar. Okay. So now we have got the expressions for J and K. Now we are going to convert the JK into D. So this is the JK flip-flop. For J, you are providing the D and you are providing D bar to the K. So this we have converted this JK to D flip-flop. Okay. Now conversion of T to D. So first we have to write the truth table of D flip-flop. So we have written the truth table of D flip-flop. Now by using the excitation table of T flip-flop. So this by using the excitation table of T flip-flop. For T flip-flop for 0, 1 and 1, 0 we are having 1, and 0, 0 and 1, 1 we are having 0. So by using the excitation table of uh, uh, T flip-flop, you are filling this column T for 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1 and 1, 1, 0. So here the input variables are D and Qn, and the flip-flop input is T. So we have to draw one two variable map. So we are drawing one two variable map for T. We are plotting the ones and we are grouping and we are writing the expression. So we are converting the T flip-flop to D. So we have written the T flip-flop, and here the expression what we have got is this expression is similar to XOR gate. So we are implementing by using XOR. Okay, so we have converted T to D. Next we are converting D to T. So first we have to write the truth table of T flip-flop. Okay, this is a truth table of T flip-flop, and by using the excitation table of D flip-flop, we are writing this column. Then we are drawing the KMF for D. Here the input variables are T and Q1. And we are implementing. So this is a D flip-flop, and by using the expression we have drawn. So now next one is converting. Next is converting SR to JK. So first we have to draw the truth table of JK. Then by using the excitation table of SR, we are filling the column S and R. Okay. Then here the input variables are J, K and Qn. And we have to draw three variable maps, one for S and another one for R. Then we have to take the expression. So this is the K map for S. We are checking the column of S. Wherever we are having one and don't care, we are plotting and we are grouping and we are writing the expression. So this is the expression for S, and this is the expression for R. So we have plotted the ones and don't cares, and we have grouped and we are writing the expression. Then we are converting. So we are converting the SR into JK. Okay. So next is we are converting JK to SR. So first we have to write the truth table of what? SR. Then by using the excitation table of JK, we are filling this J and K. We will be checking this present and next state. And by using the excitation table of J and K, we are filling this J and K. Then we will be checking the column of J and K and taking S, R and Qn as input variables. We are drawing three variable K map. We are grouping and we are writing the expression and we are implementing. Okay, for J we are giving S and K we are giving R. So we'll be implementing this. This is the flip-flop conversion. Okay.